So, that was our very first, I think, ship in level 2. Kes, am I right?
You know, like.
Aha. Sarkes. So, you were there, you observed everything that happened with Groovy and Beauty. And you had very strong opinions about how things evolved after Beauty left. As short and as quick as you can, explain what you saw.
Like the clip we just saw was a very beautiful something. Don't know what happened. It just went sour and yeah, they moved on, I guess. So yeah, I think that's it.
Okay. Brian. Groovy was your guy. And I use was very strongly because I don't know if was is still is.
We got that day. Yeah.
You guys are really cool at the time. I can see you and Beauty have been chatting as well. What did you think of that relationship at the start?
It happened kind of fast. And like, it was a thing where like, everybody was just in their business and everybody had like an opinion. Like, I mean, I had a conversation with him at the time. I was like, my guy, you need to set boundaries so that like, people will not, because it was a thing of this person has something to say, I have something to say. So, and then it went the way it happened. It happened the way it happened,
So, this evolved into so many things, right? And let me still come back to you, Kes. And I'm asking you that because you also had strong opinions when Beauty left and things evolved with Fina. Did you talk to Groovy at the time about what you thought about the shift?
The switch was pretty swift for me. In the house, felt like it wasn't supposed to be like that because considering the situation that happened, you know. And I spoke to Groovy. I'm very sure I did because I always talk. So yeah, I spoke to Groovy, I spoke to Fina.
What did you tell them?
So in the house, I felt like Groovy was playing the game, you know. And I felt like he saw that Fina was strong and it was easy for him to, you know, play that game with her.
You said a lot of things, Shaba. I'll get to that.
Yeah. So that's what I felt. Yeah.
You thought he was playing a game?
I felt he was playing a game, yeah.
With Fina?
Yeah, with everything.
After Beauty? Okay, with the entire situation?
Everything, yeah. The way it played out. That was what
Did you tell him that?
Yeah.
Okay. Brian, you also had a lot of opinions about how Groovy moved. The views of a lot of viewers is that has affected how you guys interact even till today. Is that right?
I don't think that's why we're not close. I think like...
Bro, I think that's one of the reasons we're not close.
Maybe that's for you. Maybe cool. Maybe that's one of the reasons we're not close. But like, I would say like one of the reasons I'm not close to a lot of people after the show was like, I wanted to just like focus on my own self and like a bunch of things. So, but me and you were not close because something happened between, bro, no. But what you did in the house, or what you were doing in the house, I said it to your face multiple times. You were moving like you are cunning. I did tell you, I'm not afraid to say it now again. You they move, guy, you get one or two things where they talk, you know, just,
at least you know,
just settle for my body. Bro. And I used to say it as a joke.
Brian,
and it's not, see, and when I'm saying it, wait now, calm down, now talk now.
At least you know that it started from that. Now. Don't be acting like you be saying, oh, you don't know why we're not close. At least you know that it started from that whole.
No, Allah. Kudos to you. Anyways, we are not close.
I just want you to speak up, bro. You know you don't like to talk.
You go allow me
I just want you to speak up.
No be fight with it.
No be fight, but like at least just say it as it is, bro.
Okay, no Allah, bro.
No, I allow person something on the casting, but
I'll get to you.
Bro.
You are the center of this matter, so I'm gonna get to you.
Like,
let them say their piece, then I'll come to you.
Bro.
Talk.
Bro, we know they fight, okay?
Talk.
Yes. Anyways, as I was saying, one thing I want to reiterate on was that when I was in the house, I wanted to accept that. I accepted that there are different types of people. Yeah. So my own view on something does not make it necessarily right. But from where I come from, and from things where I don't experience, bro, be like say you calling.
Fair enough. So if you were in that house, they relied on you a lot for tasks. You know, you were supposed to be the sharp guy but you also observed a lot of things. Because I remember the altercation in the room, you were very central to, being at the door and saying, yo, you are not moving from this place. What did you think of them?
In my entire life, and I'm being honest, I have never seen a relationship, love, even friends with benefits, that happened in 3 days.
Sorry, how long did Shegs and Bella take?
We took 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
And 3 weeks in that house is different. Even the
so
3
days is a lot,
in that
right?
house is a lot.
Yeah,
Babe, I think I
lips
lipped after like 2.5 though.
That's fair too. I saw or I felt that they had a thing, a real thing. You get? So when I now found out the whole groovy, fina switch, my brain was like, first things first, girl code Lodi. That was the first thing that entered my head because I knew that Fina and Beauty were at some point friends.
Beauty.
Yes, Ebuka.
So you, I heard Saif say he felt like 3 days was too quick.
Of course.
I mean, you guys walked into the house together, so
Yeah.
it looked like it was a beautiful story to a lot of people until things started evolving. What was that for you? Even though the relationship had been called toxic because there was a lot of, altercations between the both of you. What was that about for you, the relationship?
It was what you watched. It was what it is. It was real. It was, at the time, it was real. I was being genuine from start to finish. And that's just what it was. I wasn't moving. It wasn't a game to me. I was just being me. This is how I am, even outside the house. That's how I am. If I like you, I like you. If I don't like you, I don't like you.
There was a day when, I think you guys had an issue. You were sort of venting. Fina and Amaka were telling you, this boy, no, this is not why you're here, sort of thing. Did you ever have moments where you heard that and felt like maybe you should have listened? Or did you feel like you were...
The biggest mistake I made was not listening. Because just sitting here, I can point out, Kes warned me, Khalid warned me, Brian told me, Saif, almost everybody in level 2, to be fair.
That what?
I should be careful. They told me to be careful.
What does be careful mean?
Like, just watch your partner, watch what's happening. Like, open your eye, that kind of people.
So there's two things here. There's more than one person now who said maybe it was too early. And we have to give him the benefit of the doubt to say, I just met this girl. Are we supposed to dive into this so strongly? And there is also the fact that you guys were clashing a lot.
So
is it possible
is,
that he also was worried about, what you were coming for or with?
I asked him for space so many times. Like, in fact, there was this day I even said, let's just, be done with it. He'll go come. But see, the truth is, I didn't come here to fight with anybody. I went on a show to have an experience. That was my experience. I have moved on from it. I don't have a problem with Groovy, to be very honest. I feel like I ended it on the show before I even stepped out of the house. So there's nothing. There's no talk.
I get you, but that wasn't the question.
I know, but I don't think.
Let me land with the question, because this is, nobody's saying anybody's fighting, right? And if you come on a show like this where something is a narrative, it's important to ask the questions that can clear up that narrative. It's not about whether you're fighting with anybody or whether you're friends or enemies. I just wanted to be clear on how you felt about that situation. Nobody said you were fighting.
Exactly what you guys watch. Like, we will talk. I was very open and very honest with him, at least to a very large extent, 100%. I always told him how I was feeling. In fact, there was this particular day, I remember he left, came back, he left, came back. He was the one that said he wanted to be more than friends. He was the one that asked for a relationship. I didn't ask.
Interesting.
Yes, actually. He was the one that pushed to be more than friends. He pushed for a relationship. But you know what's so crazy is that the rest of the housemates, the impression he gave them was, oh, I'm just taking it like...
He asked you to be his girlfriend?
Yes,
or
he did ask for a relationship.
How long into the show was
He asked me early week 2.
Okay.
In week 1, he said more than friends. In week 2, he was clear on what he wanted.
And what did you say?
I was like, okay.
So you thought you were in something serious?
I'm locked up in a place with people. Like, this is it. So I was, yes.
Okay.
This
Perspective.
man was telling me that if it was me, that if he was in my shoes, that Beauty wouldn't have been disqualified.
Kes.
Yes.